Hey Cancer, I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be your general love tarot reading for June 1st through the 15th. We're going to take a peek at the energy that's surrounding you guys right now, and then we'll dive in and look at your current energy, the energy of the person who's around you, some obstacles, challenges, what might be hidden from you, advice from spirit, and your potential outcome. Then we'll wrap up with one last oracle card to see if spirit has any final messages for you. I do like to get all of the cards out before I start reading. So if you want to go straight to the message, go ahead and click the timestamp in the description box below. Otherwise, let's get started. So we have, wow, 3 cards out for you, Cancer, for the overall energy that's surrounding you for this reading. The first one that we have is New Moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. We also have New Moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. And we have New Moon Eclipse. Expect powerful change. So you are literally starting this reading off with 3 new moons, right? So seems like a lot of changes going on around you, Cancer. Not bad at all. So I'm feeling pretty positive about this. So let's get one more oracle card and see what we have. And we have telepathy, nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. All right, so we'll see how all of those fit into your reading. But let's get into some tarot and see what's going on. So we'll start with, pulling apparently several cards for your current energy. We have the King of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, and we also have the Ace of Swords. A lot of air energy here for you. Let's check out the person who is in your energetic space, and we have the Hermit. For any challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have 2 that flipped out. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse, and we also have the Knave of Chalices in reverse. Okay, and 2 more immediately came out. For advice from spirit, we have the Hanged Man in reverse, and we also have the 5 of Swords in reverse. And for your potential outcome, we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, so let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these a little bit further. So looking at your current energy, we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. For the energy of the person that's currently around you, we have the Magician in reverse. For challenges, obstacles, and what's currently hidden, we have the Emperor. For advice from Spirit, we have the 7 of Coins. And for your potential outcome, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, so let's grab an oracle deck and see if we can get any last messages before we get into the reading. So the card that we have for you is relational abuse. What we have for your person's energy, we have the cheater story, and we have leaving space. For obstacles, challenges, and what's currently hidden, we have physical intimacy. For advice from spirit, we have back together and baggage. And for your potential outcome, let's see what we have here. We have emotional intimacy. All right, so let's get into this, Cancer. So looking at the overall energy, there is something on the horizon for you. We have luck is on your side. A new romantic cycle begins. Expect powerful change and nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. So what it feels like right now for you, Cancer, is that this for you may be a time of heightened energy where you have that little nagging feeling that something is happening, something is brewing and bubbling behind the scenes. You're not quite sure what it is when it comes to your sort of romantic life, but you know that something is there. It's almost this feeling, right, that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's coming. And all of these cards are very positive when it comes to your relationship, right? When it comes to love, when it comes to your romantic life. It almost feels like the wind is at your back and it's pushing you forward. And there's going to be a pretty significant change that happens to you. It feels like in relatively short order that's going to bring in something that you've been looking forward to, something that I think you'll view as being very, very positive. So, looking at your current energy, we have the King of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords in reverse, and we also have relational abuse. Notice red flags that may be emotional, physical, sexual, financial in nature. Ask for help in situation. So, what it feels like to me, Cancer, is that you dodged a bullet with someone. It really feels as though, at some point, someone came in and perhaps they were a little bit flighty, they were a little bit in and out, they caused you some stress, but what it feels like you did in this situation was nip it in the bud, right? And even that may have been a little bit longer than you wanted it to sort of drag out, but it feels as though you took control of the situation and you said, you know what, this is not for me. It's like there are so many swords in this. I feel like you went snip, snip, chop, chop, I'm out, right? And avoided something that could have been super potentially devastating for you. And I think that even though it may have shaken you up a little bit, you're you didn't get so far down the road that you were completely lost. It's almost like a bee sting as compared to being stabbed. It's like, okay, you got stung a little bit, but you're healing, you're recovering, it's okay. Like you stood your ground on this one. What we have for the energy around you, we have the Hermit, we have the Magician in reverse, and two oracle cards came out. The first one is the cheater story. Cheated on now or in the past, trust issues triggered, heal past hurts and change your future. And we also have leaving space. Give yourself time to heal. Right one can't come if the wrong one is there. Clear a drawer for them. So I actually feel more than anything. So two scenarios, right? Either this energy is still you, now that you've sort of eliminated this person out of your life and you sort of gone inward, you're reflecting, right? You're trying to figure out what it is that you need to do to continue moving forward. Or this is the person that tried to screw you over that you left in the dust. And they're sort of sitting trying to figure out their own path forward, i.e. their path back to you. But they don't know what to do. There's no magic wand that they can wave, and it seems as though they're ill-equipped to sort of get back into your good graces. And I'm more inclined to think that that's what's happening, is that this person is sort of stuck in their thoughts looking for a way back to you, right? It doesn't feel as though, even if they may have entertained someone else, it feels as though that position was real temporary and it didn't give them the satisfaction that they were looking for, that they thought that they would get. And so now they're hoping that you will come back in and fill this space, but they don't even know where to start to try and fix things. And that may not necessarily be a bad thing. So looking at the challenges, obstacles, and what's currently hidden, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have the Knave of Chalices in reverse. We have the Emperor, and we also have physical intimacy. The topic is up for discussion. Choose healthy and balanced relationships, doing it for the right reasons. So, I don't see that you have huge challenges. I think that sometimes, as you're healing, as you're recovering from this person's tomfoolery, sometimes you might get in your head a little bit, right? And there hasn't to date sort of been an offer that has come into you after this person. And again, you're looking for that, right? That's the thing that you wanted when you started dealing with this person. You wanted the opportunity to see what could grow, what could blossom. And so that hasn't come in. And so maybe after this experience, you're overthinking a little bit, maybe questioning why you have such bad luck, or, why did it have to go down like that? What did you miss? What could you do differently? It feels like a lot of pressure on yourself as you move past this, just a lot of questioning, right? And just a lot of thinking about why this love hasn't come into you. But what you don't see is that there is someone, not this person, someone who is good. Someone who is not interested in playing games, someone who is very secure within themselves, somebody who has built a solid foundation for their own life and is ready to share that foundation and build with someone else. Someone who's going to come in and, give you a little loving in a good way, not with all of this excess and extraness swirling around. So, looking at the advice from Spirit, we have the Hanged Man in reverse. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Seven of Coins, and we also have two oracle cards. The first one is back together, reunited, good chance of getting back together, are back together, things flowing well again. And we also have baggage, not letting go, hanging on to past hurts and issues, identify and heal patterns that impact relationships. So looking at looking at the advice that Spirit has for you, what I'm feeling, especially with these four cards, the Hanged Man, the Five of Swords in reverse, back together, and baggage, there is absolutely no reason for you to fight for this person. When he comes back, he or she, when they come back, there's nothing left there for you to fight for. So you don't need to do it. Nothing at all. You don't need to see things from a different perspective. You don't need to reconsider. None of that. Just know, and this is a bit of a caution, that if you get back together with this person, it's going to be the same bull because they haven't done their work. They're still in a place of confusion. So they might just show up on some, hey, how you doing? Acting like nothing happened. But understand that it doesn't feel at all as though they've done the work to heal from whatever it is that made them cheat in the first place, that made them sort of step outside of the bond that you two had, right? Looking at this, it only feels like they want a way to come back in. There's nothing that speaks of them doing any sort of inner work. None of that. So free will is absolutely a thing, but Spirit is saying that you'll have a choice. When they come back, you can get back together and go down the same path, or you can choose to let this go and plant seeds somewhere else and wait for those to grow and blossom. Because don't forget, you have all of these positive new energies behind you. So there's no reason for you to fight to go back to the past. Looking at the potential outcome, we have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and we also have emotional intimacy. Healing relationship with self, inner child precedes successful relationships. Love is energy. So the outcome for you, should you choose to get back with this person, is going to be more bee stings. And I think that it's going to be a little bit harsher this go round. I mean, you have two cards of disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. It really doesn't get worse than that, quite frankly. So If you're thinking about engaging with this person again, understand that the chances of it not ending well are pretty high. And that's because they haven't done the healing work that they need to. But if you choose to sort of stick to your guns where you are now and start planting these seeds with the Seven of Pentacles and being patient, there are good things coming in for you. There are new beginnings. There are fresh starts. But those beginnings, that good luck, that good fortune is not going to come in with this person. And I think that deep down you know that. So let me pull one last oracle card for you and see if there are any final messages from Spirit. Okay, so we have two cards that came out for you. The first one that we have is Speak the Language of Love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. And we also have New Love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. So, Cancer. All right. Speaking the language of love, this is a part of you being open and planting these seeds, right, to move forward. I think that, as you get past this person, this ickiness, you'll be able to move forward, right? And you're not going to sort of hold the next person accountable for what this one did, right? You're going to speak that language of love. You're going to be open. You're going to love yourself. You'll be open to love from others. That's amazing. But looky here, we have new love, right? And what does that fit in with? 3 new moons. New romantic cycle, luck being on your side, powerful change. Everything that's coming into you is new, as long as you choose not to go back to the old. So I can't tell you what to do, but I would say if I was in your shoes, I would go ahead and let this hermit be where he's at in his little hermit cave with his little light, trying to figure out where they went wrong, what they need to do to go forward. That is not your problem, not your monkey, not your circus. Focus on the new that's coming in and leave yourself open because, if this vibe is on point, it's feeling pretty good actually. So sad that I'm not a Cancer, but good for you all. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.